Well, hopefully the audio works in this one. Look, guys, I am a little concerned about the immediate success of the Buccaneers edge rushers. Shout out to Sleeper, by the way. More on them a little bit later on in this video. I say that because the Bucs find themselves in a very unique situation against the Atlanta Falcons. You have left tackle Jake Matthews, who has just been a consistent force for the Falcons in his time with the franchise. He's always been solid, right? But that's not the concern for Atlanta. The main concern for Atlanta is the fact that Caleb McGarry, their starting right tackle, is out for the season. That's important because Michael Penix, their starting quarterback, is left-handed. That means that Caleb McGarry has the very large responsibility of being the blind side protector for Michael Penix. That is no longer going to be the case because, again, Caleb McGarry is out for the season. You then add on to that backup right tackle Storm Norton is also out for an extended period of time with ankle surgery. So the Falcons are down to their third offensive tackle on the right side of the offensive line in a guy called Brandon Parker, who's been with the Falcons last year. So the Bucs find themselves in an incredibly unique situation that they need to capitalize on this upcoming game against the Falcons, not just for the sake of winning in week number 1 against Atlanta, but also for the sake of just setting up momentum for themselves in regards to the early portions of the season and, again, possibly even the entirety of the season as a whole. The Bucs need to have success against the Falcons here and really be able to get after Michael Penix and just generate pass rush in general. Before we dive into that further, though, I do want to say quick shout out to the sponsor of this channel. It is Sleeper, guys. I want to tell you a little bit about Sleeper today. If you guys do use the 100% deposit match up to $100 by using the code MrBucs, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Look, guys, the Sleeper app is a very awesome, very, very just cool app, in my opinion. Okay, Sleeper is the best way to experience and connect over sports. It's a one-stop shop for all of your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on games in real time with other users, get the fastest scores, blazing fast news, and alerts right at your fingertips. You can play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. So enjoy sports the way they were meant to together. Download the #1 sports app today in Sleeper. Shout out to them for being the sponsor of this channel. But again, whenever we look at the overall nature of the Bucs pass rushing room right now, you have Hassan Reddick. He is the only new face in this room right now besides David Walker. He's on the IR, unfortunately. It is what it is. And the big story for Hassan Reddick is, can he redeem himself from the absolute fiasco that was his time with the Jets last year, where he held out in terms of a contract situation, didn't have really any production when he was with the Jets last year playing games. So that's going to be the first thing is, hey, Hassan Reddick needs to go out there and redeem himself in a lot of people's minds. You also have Yaya Diaby, who is a guy who looks great on the advanced metrics, right? And we love to see that. We love to see Yaya Diaby go out there and do a lot of good work on the advanced metrics and whatnot. But he needs to transform all of that into sack numbers. And he himself would admit that, right? Just in terms of getting more production, just being more as an overall pass rusher, he wants that as well. You then have Chris Braswell, who I would argue has the second biggest amount of questions besides probably Hassan Reddick, okay? Because Braswell has to live up to being the moniker of a second-round pick in last year's NFL draft. He was very meh in his first year with the team, so you have to prove that he is actually growing, is actually improving, because the Bucs coaching staff is all about it. right? And Jason Light is all about him, of course, right? He was drafted in the second round for a reason. Of course, they're going to have faith and trust in his abilities as an edge rusher, but now he's the third guy in this rotation. He's going to be getting a lot more playing time going forward. He needs to be ready to make an immediate impact because he is going to be expected to make an immediate impact. You then also have guys like Anthony Nelson, who we know what Anthony Nelson is at this point, and Marquise Watts, who in my opinion is going to be a very big special teams guy for the Bucs. Probably won't get that much work as a actual pass rusher, so to speak. But again, this is a pass rushing room that, in my opinion, I'm going to be a little bit more focused in on. I'm going to be a little bit more locked in on, have a bit more of a microscope on, and have higher expectations for. It is a little concerning that there's only one new face in this room now. Besides, you swapped out Joe Tryon-Shoyinka for Hassan Reddick. Now, that's a big swap out, right? If everything works on paper. And yes, David Walker was supposed to be here, but he got hurt. It was a very, very unfortunate situation that happened, right? So we need to see this pass rush have immediate success. The opportunity is there. There's a lot of hype in terms of the expectations for this group. And if it doesn't happen, there's going to be a lot of warranted, in my opinion, criticism of this group. What do you guys think about this pass rush? Let me know your thoughts about it down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. One more shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.